My name is Rick, and this is my 10-year-old son Rocco, and we are Goat Nation getting ready to face off in a bracket play game against the ZT Prospects Wing 11U team, which is over there. We're going to get started here in just a minute. We got to win 2 games to make a silver bracket championship today. We took the 8th seed after going 1-1 yesterday, so we'll get started here soon. Thanks for tuning in. All right, we're getting ready to get started here. Nate on the bump, Rocco catching, and starts it out with strike 1 here. Good pitch, Nate. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air. And that's going to get down into left field for a single. They throw it in. So nice hit there, young man from ZT. Here we go, we're started. Okay, new batter, first pitch. In there, strike 1, runner goes. And he's going to be safe there at second base. 3-2. Swung on, hit on the ground, and fielded at shortstop, thrown over to first, but it's wide, and he's going to be safe there at first base. All right, first and second now with no outs. New batter, first pitch. Low and away, it gets away from Rocco, and he goes and grabs it, but they're going to move up 70 feet there. Here's the 1-0. Gets by, runner goes. Rocco tries to pick it up with his glove and is late. And that's going to be first run there on the board for ZT Wing. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 3-0, and that's ball 4. We're going to have runners at the corners. No outs, runners at the corners here. First pitch. Right there, strike 1, and the runner from first does take second base over there. So we got second and third now, still no outs. Here's the 1-1. That ball's hit to second base, fielded. Thrown over to first for the first out. Does score another run. So ZT Wing up 2-0 here in the top of the first. 1 out. New batter, first pitch. Called, strike 1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit well up the middle. That's going to score another run. Zay fields it in center field. Throws it in. That young man has a base hit. And it is 3-0 in the top of the first. Here's the first pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back. That's a ball. 2-1, and he does lay down the bunt right to third base, and they throw first, and it's going to be safe. Runner holds there at third, so he bunts for a base hit there. Infield bunt single. Here we go. Okay, runners at the corners, new batter. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Payoff pitch. Just up, ball 4. Bases are going to be loaded here. Still 1 out. All right, new batter, first pitch. Called, strike 1. Sorry, coach is right in my way there. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Right there, strike 2. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the 0-2 pitch. That's strike 3. So they do have 2 outs now. Here we go. All right, let's get out of this. New batter, first pitch. Down in the dirt, stopped well by Rocco. 1-2 again. Swung on, hit on the ground. And Zay picks it up, throws home, and they're going to get him there at the plate. Nice throw, nice catch, nice tag. They finally get out of it. They are down 4-0. Let's go hit, boys. Okay, Goat Nation up. Nixon leading off with lots of work to do here. First pitch to him is down and away, ball 1. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, but it gets by the catcher. He wasn't running at first. Now he is, and they're going to put him out there at first base. If he takes off right away, he probably gets there. The delay costs us an out. 1 down. Isaiah steps in with 1 out and nobody on. First pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. 3-2 pitch. And gets him on the breaker. He was fooled on that. That's 2 outs. Nobody on. Here we go. Okay, Ryan steps in now. Nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch. Down and away, ball 1. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Ryan doesn't run. They just tag him. All right. Well, that's 3 up, 3 down. ZT puts up a 0. They're up 4-0 after 1. Here we go. Okay, Danny into pitch now for Goat Nation. First pitch from him. Called, strike 1. Good pitch, Danny. Here's the 0-2. And that's going to get him in the helmet. I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. That puts him on first base. Trying a different angle here. Coaches keep getting in my way. First pitch. Runner goes. And they got him there at second base. All right. So that is one out. Stealing out there on the caught stealing here. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Called. Strike 3. So that is 2 down. All right, here we go. Oh, first pitch, sorry, I was late. It is hit in the air to left field. And is that Liam? I think Liam catches it out there. Good job, Liam. And Goat Nation puts up a 0. Work to do with the bats. Let's go. All right, first pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Brody, I believe, is batting. Here's the 0-1 to Brody. Swung on, hit on the ground. And that gets through into center field. So Brody starts us off with a base hit. Good job, Brody. Let's go, Goat Nation. Hudson steps in now. First pitch to him is called. Strike 1. Brody goes, and he's going to be in there at second base. Almost got past the bag and got tagged out, but he does take second. Here's the 0-1. Called. Strike 2. Brody delays, steals, and takes third base. Good job, Brody. 2-2. Swung on, hit well. And they're playing so deep, and they're going to catch that. Gosh, that ball is over the fence on any reasonably sized field for 11U. And in this case, it's just a long out. Good hit, Hudson. Is a sac fly. Scores the first run for Goat Nation, down 4-1. First pitch to Weston is high, ball 1. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded by third base, thrown over to first, and they're going to get him there. That is 3 outs, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 2 outs. That brings up my 10-year-old son, Rocco. Nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch to him. Called. Strike 1 on the outside corner, it looked like. 2-2 pitch. And they call strike 3. It bounces out of the catcher's glove. They throw to first. Missed the first pitch of the inning. Sorry about that. It was a ball. Here's the 1-0. Down in the dirt. Strike or ball 2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded. Thrown to first. And he's going to beat it out because we sat back on the ball. Here we go. Let's go. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Zay is going to be underneath that, it looks like he is. And that's going to be just a long out for them, like Hudson's last inning. Here we go. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 0-2. Runner goes. And he's safe there at second base. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, hit well. And Declan dives, and it's going to be by him, and it's fair. So that's going to score 1. They're running to pick up the ball. And he's going to be at 2. We got a relay coming in. He's going to have to stop at third base. Nice hit, young man. Declan sold out for it and just couldn't quite get there. Good effort. That young man has a triple. New batter, first pitch. Ball up. And third baseman was charging, so no one back there to pick to. That's a balk. Got to throw the ball up. So you guys couldn't see that, but Danny stepped towards third to throw, pick to third. Third base wasn't ready, and Danny just stopped. Danny should have just thrown the ball anyway. And that was a balk, so that scores another run. Here we go. 3-1 pitch. Down low, ball 4, and that young man works a walk. Still 1 out, runner on first. New batter, first pitch, shows bunt, and misses for strike 1. 1-1. Runner goes. And I believe he's out. Yes, he is out. Good job. That's the second caught stealing. Here we go. 2 down. 3-2. Called. Strike 3. And they get out of it, but give up a couple more, I believe. Here we go. Okay, Nate steps in. First pitch. Right there. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit well. And that's going to be into the outfield. They're going to pick it up right there. In right field, Nate has a base hit. Way to start us off, Nate. Here we go. First pitch to Liam. Down and away, ball 1. Sorry, I accidentally thought I was pressing record and pressed stop. We did take second base on the high ball that got by the catcher there. Here we go. 2-2 on Liam. Swung on and missed. That is strike 3. And that's 1 out. Here we go. Danny steps in. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. 0-2 to Danny. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That is 2 outs. Pitcher working quick. Here we go. Here's the first pitch to Declan, and he went on the bunt attempt. Strike 1. 0-2 to Declan. Swung on, hit well enough. That should find grass. It does. And Nate is going to hold there at third base. Declan sneaks into second. Good job, Declan. Here we go. First pitch to Nixon. Down and away, ball 1. 1-2 again. Poked, and that's going to get down into center field. It's going to score 1. Declan is going to hold at third. Nice hit, Nixon. Attaboy. Here's the first pitch to Zay, and it's high. And Nixon takes second base, so we got second and third now. 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit well, and that's going to get to the second baseman. Picks it up, bobbles it. Oh, and he's going to beat it out there. Staying alive, scoring another run. Let's go. Good job, Zay. Ryan steps in now. First pitch to him is down in the dirt, and Zay does take second base, so we got second and third again. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit well, and the left fielder is there to make the catch. They're playing deep, and if we hit them deep, they're catching them. So that is 3 outs, but put up some runs there. It'll be on the scoreboard. Here we go. Okay, 6-3 here, top of the third or fourth. First pitch, down in the dirt, ball 1. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, hit on the ground, and it's bobbled at third base, and they're still gonna get him there. Way to stick with it there, Hudson. 1 out. Okay, new batter, 1 out, first pitch. Just low, ball 1. 3-1 pitch, swung on, hit in the air. Underneath it is second base, calls it, and does make the catch there, Nate. Good job, that's 2 outs. New batter, first pitch, right there, strike 1. 1-2, swung on, hit, and that gets down into right field, but they get him at first base anyway. Good job, Goat Nation. Goes 1-2-3, down 6-3, going into the bottom of the fourth. Let's hit, boys. All right, I believe Brody steps in now. First pitch to him, down low, ball 1. 1-2 again. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fooled him. That's 1 out. All right, Hudson steps in now. First pitch to him is down in the dirt. Ball 1. Hudson back in now. 3-0 pitch. Down low. Ball 4. Works a walk. Base runner here with 1 out. Here we go. All right, Liam stepping in now. Runner on first. First pitch to him is up high. Ball 4 or ball 1. That's ball 5. 5 straight. Ball 1 here. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Shortstop bobbles it, throws, and he's safe there at first base. Attaboy Liam. Here we go. First and second now with 1 out. That brings up my 10-year-old son, Rocco. First and second, first pitch. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat and foul. Here's the 0-1. Hudson goes, swung on, hit well to the shortstop, who fields it, throws 1, and Hudson's going to have to hold at third base there. Nice hit, Rocco, just right to the shortstop. Good try. That brings up Nate now with 2 outs, runners on second and third. That first pitch is down in the dirt. Hudson goes, bounces hard off the backstop, and he's going to be safe there at home with the belly flop. What was that? And that's 4-6 now. Let's go, Goat Nation. 3-0. That's away, ball 4. I might have had some names wrong. I think this is Liam batting. It is Liam batting. First pitch to him is away, ball 1. And we take second base there. So we got second and third, tying run at the plate, or go ahead run at the plate. I'm sorry, tying run on second base. And the 3-0, down in the dirt, ball 4, walks him. Bases juice now for Danny. Here we go. All right, Danny steps in now. Coach steps in front of me. First pitch to Danny, down and in, ball 1. It's a big opportunity here. 3-2 pitch, bases loaded, tying run on second base. And here's the pitch. Swung on and hit really well, and that is way out there. That's gonna get all the way to the wall, it looks like. Yes, it does. Danny is into third base, and he's gonna hold up there. Takes the lead 7-6 on that nuke. Way to go, Danny. Attaboy. All right, Declan stepping in now. Shows bunt, pulls back. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and that is hit, and that's going to get down into center field, and that's going to score another one. That makes the score 8-6 Goat Nation here in the bottom of the fourth. Nice hit, Declan, way to go. That brings up the top of the order, Nixon. First pitch to him is outside. Declan takes second base, attaboy. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit well again into center field. Center fielder gets it, throws it in, and Declan is gonna hold there at third base. Attaboy, nice hit, Nixon. Here we go. Isaiah steps in, first pitch. Up and in, off the catcher's glove, and Nixon's gonna take second base there. Good job, second and third. Here's the pitch to Zay, swung on, hit well, right to the first baseman who makes the catch. ZT Wing gets out of it, but Goat Nation takes the lead, 8-6, here we go. Okay, top of 5, first pitch. Right there, strike one. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded at second base, thrown over to first for out number 1. Good job, Nate. We got one out, let's go. All right, here we go, new batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one, out in front. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that is 2 outs. Here we go. Goat Nation might be 1 out away from closing this bracket play game out. Here we go. All right, 2 outs, new batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Zay going back, and that's going to be over his head, and throws it in. They are going to hold him to a single, but that brings the tying run to the plate for ZT. Here we go. Okay, new batter, first pitch. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe there at second base. Close. He almost overslid the bag. Good try. Here's the 1-0 down in the dirt, and they throw, and he's safe there at third base. 2-0. Swung on, hit well, and fielded by Nate. Thrown over to first, and that is going to be out number 3. And that might be the game. I don't know for sure. Here we go. All right, bottom 5. Ryan steps in and sees a ball on the first pitch, I believe. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, hit on the ground, and that's going to get through into left field for a single. Good job, Ryan. Way to start us off. He's on first base. Okay, Brody steps in. No outs. Ryan on first. First pitch is up high. Ball 1. 2-0. Swung on, hit well, and that's going to be down into right field. And we're going to have another single, keeping it going. Let's go, Goat Nation. All right, Hudson steps in. First pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 1. Oh, it's a balk. I'm sorry. Pitcher didn't come set, and he balked. So we've got second and third now. No pitch there. Here's the first pitch to Hudson. He checks his swing, and I don't know if it's a ball right now. They didn't call a strike. Here's the pitch, and that's hit well, and that's going to find grass. It's going to score 1, and Zay's rounding going home. It's going to score 2. 10-6 now, Goat Nation. Here we go. And actually, that is going to be the ball game. So Goat Nation is down until the 4th inning, and a big swing from Danny gives them the lead, and they hold on to it. They're going to move on here in this tournament. Way to go, boys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. We love answering them, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.